All right, so let's look at what we need to know about VAT computation, right? So VAT computations can take many forms, and for this new at 1151, okay, we have to look at the build-up under at 1151. So what's the build-up? Before 1151, right? VAT has taken many changes, right? But the previous one was that if I sold any goods, right? That's the exclusive amount. So always when we say exclusive, that means the amount without any VAT. All right. So if I sold any goods worth 100,000 cedis, okay, I would have added the levies. That is what NHIL 2.5% of this, which would have been 2,500. Okay. I would have added COVID-19, which would have been 1%, which have been 1,000, and then get fund levy. Okay, which would have been 2.5%. That would have been 25. And this now gives us our taxable value, okay, or taxable amount. And this taxable value would have given us 106,000. Then we now apply VAT on this, right? Which would have been 15% on the 106,000, right? Giving us 15,900. So this now gives us an invoice value for what we call our tax inclusive amount, right? To now be 121,900. Okay. Now, you see, this build up did something, right? So it included the levies first to get a taxable value. Then you now applied what the VAT on that. This was before 1151. Now, 1151 brought a simplified approach. It's like we are back to the original approach to VAT. All right. So before, this was the same approach we had. All the taxes were applied on the exclusive amount. Now, under 1151, all you have to do is get the exclusive amount. So VAT is all about the exclusive and inclusive. When we say exclusive, it means the amount without any taxes. Does that make sense? So if I sell, that is the amount that hits my account, the amount that does not have any tax at all. So we are
Yeah.
saying that assuming we sold 100,000 now, right? COVID has been abolished, but then we are going to apply VAT and the levy. So now NHIL still on the exclusive amount, right? You see, VAT was not in the exclusive amount. So now the exclusive amount is also the taxable what? Value. Does that make sense?
Yes, please.
So before the taxable value was computed when you add all the levies, but now the taxable value itself is the exclusive amount, like before
Mhm.
2018. Are you getting it? So now NHIL is still 2.5% of this same 100,000, right?
Mhm.
Which will still give us what? 2.5,
Two
right?
five. Mhm.
COVID,
So
COVID will probably
5%,
be there.
2.5.
You see,
No, no, COVID will
I've,
not be
I've
there.
confused people. COVID is
COVID will not
abolished.
be
I
there.
told you
Yes.
COVID is abolished, right? So we have a get fund levy, the same 2.5%, right? Of the 100,000, giving us the same 2.5, right? But now we don't have to add this. We just need to get what our VAT, right? Which is 15% on the same exclusive amount. Do you get it? So now this gives us 15,000. You get. So it means that the taxes themselves, if I should put all the taxes here, the taxes themselves altogether what are 20%. Hence 20,000 if you what you have 100,000 sale. And before the levies were not deductible, meaning that you couldn't claim them. But now they are all deductible. Are we getting? They are refundable or claimable taxes. So it means that at the end of the day, the tax inclusive amount, right? The tax inclusive amount. I'll teach you something right now, which will be very crucial to you mastering VAT questions, right? So the tax inclusive amount now becomes what? 120 what? Thousand. Does it make sense? So this is all about 1151. Very simplified, right? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, please.
All right. So now that you understand how 1151 works, let's now start breaking things up. Okay. Please, is somebody putting this down or we can move?
Let me put it down.
Okay.
Take a screenshot.
It's okay. Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
We move.
So now we are going to play a game, and this is the most important equation if you want to become good with VAT, even in practice, right? So the most important equation for you, okay, is the relationship between what? The exclusive amount and the inclusive amount. Are we okay? So we are saying that always the tax inclusive amount. Why I didn't say VAT inclusive, I'm saying tax inclusive because all the taxes are included, right? So your tax
Right.
inclusive amount is always equal to the tax exclusive amount plus all the taxes. Do you get this? So every time you're
Yeah.
doing VAT question, put this down first. If you put this down, then you know what you are looking for. Does that make sense? So what do I
Yes, sir.
inclusive? Let's go again. Inclusive is always equal to what? Exclusive
Exclusive plus
plus the taxes.
taxes.
So it means that when you looked at it, our 120 was equal to what? The 100%, which is the one without any taxes, plus the taxes of 2.5,
Yes.
2.5, and
Mm.
another what? 15, making what? 20%. So that means that 120 is equal to the breakdown of this 100 plus what? The 20. True or false?
True.
Okay, if it was the old one at 870, it would have been different. It would have been difficult. So this equation alone can tell you whatever you need to find. And it's all about using ratio and proportion. And that makes VAT easier. I don't let my students struggle in exam. My job is to make everything easier for you so that you don't stress. So let's see, using this equation now, assuming I tell you that ABC Limited, right, issued or made taxable supplies, right?
Yeah.
So ABC made taxable supplies. I get to know with an invoice amount. When you hear invoice amount, that means that taxes are included because on the invoice we include the tax. I'm also showing
Okay.
you an exam trick. It's not always that
Mm.
the examiner will say tax inclusive. They can say
Mm.
invoice what?
Amount.
So invoice amount means that the tax is already inside. So let's say that this invoice amount was, I mean, where is my calculator? $1,440,000, right? And then
Mm.
the requirement, you are required to find one, the VAT payable, okay? If output, if input tax, sorry, if input taxes paid, okay, was 12,800. B, NHIL payable, okay? C, um, get fund levy payable, okay? And then withholding VAT payable, and then withholding made taxable supplies of goods, let's see, withholding taxes payable to customer, to GRA, right? To GRA, and amount to pay to or to be received by, because it's ABC Limited who made the payment. Amount to be received by ABC Limited. Now, this question is a 10 marker, okay? An actual exam question. Okay, so I don't see how this is difficult when you put your equation down. So you can take a shot of this question. So simply we had a supply of what? 1,440,000. Can you see that? And this 1,440 invoice amount means it includes all the taxes. True or false? True or false?
True, sir.
So because all the taxes are inside, you have to what? Scatter their brain, right? What God put asunder, no man, what God put together, no man put asunder, right? And the same thing, if God put
Yeah.
something asunder, no man can put together. But accountants
Yeah.
and tax practitioners, we always put this asunder. So this one, we have to put it asunder, break it down using this equation. That's all I need from you. So now we know that the total invoice value, so let's go down. So now we know the total invoice value will be how much? So
1, 1.
solution. So what's our invoice amount? That's the inclusive amount, right?
Yeah.
Or first, I forgot. We have to put down an equation. And the equation says what? Inclusive is what?
Inclusive.
Always equal to what? Our exclusive
Exclusive plus taxes.
plus all the taxes, right?
Taxes. Mhm.
Good. We know that our inclusive will always be what? Our 100. Exclusive is always 100. And the taxes are what? 20, right? That's 2.5, 2.5, and then VAT of what? 15. True or false?
50. True.
So this means it should be 120. Okay.
Yeah.
But per the question, what have they given us? Which of the equivalent in Ghana cedis? Because these are in percentage. What's the equivalent of Ghana cedi they gave us? They gave
That
us
is
the
the
inclusive,
inclusive.
right?
Yes.
Do you all follow? They gave us
Yes.
inclusive of 1,440,000
1,000,000.
what? Thousand, which is equivalent to what percentage in this equation?
120%.
120%. Thank you. So
Yeah.
now, assuming we want to find the
100%.
exclusive amount, I get to know what becomes exclusive. Exclusive is equivalent to what? 100%.
100%. Yeah.
So we don't know the monetary amount, but we know what that is equivalent to 100%, for instance.
Yes.
You get how easy it is. So once you have this equation, VAT should be spotlight. Very easy. Do you understand? So in
Yes,
that
sir.
case, with this being said, all you are going to do is saying that, okay, if I want my exclusive amount, then my exclusive amount should be equal to what? 100 out of what? The 120 times the 1,440,000.
0.
That's all.
Yeah.
If less, more divides, right? Because there's
Yeah.
less. Or the one you are finding should always be on top. Because I'm finding 100, it should always be on top. And the one I want should always be down. That's all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anytime, even if you don't know if less, more divides, let's say you are finding this and you already know this should always be on top. That's the
Yeah.
rule. Ah.
Yeah.
So 100 out of 120 by 1,440,000. That means that our exclusive amount becomes what?
1.2
Yes, it becomes 1.2 million,
thousand.
right?
Mhm.
And one of my tricks I always teach my students is that instead of using this equation to work everything out, you can just get the exclusive and work straight. Do you get it?
Okay.
Aha. So now I can easily calculate the levies and VAT on this. Then I'm gone. Straightforward.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Instead of coming again. So this one I could have done. Now that I know the exclusive, I can just say what? Add what? Can just find the levies, right? And then the
Yeah.
VAT. So let's say N Hill will now be what? 2.5% of
25.
this 1.2 million. True or false?
True.
And that gives us what? I hope we
Yeah.
are all flowing. You see how easy it is.
It's
When you use
30,000.
the equation, okay, 30,000. N Hill will still
Yeah.
be the same, right? The
30,000.
get
Yeah.
fund levy will still be the same 2.5 of the 1.2 million. And that gives us what? The same 30,000, right?
30,000. Yeah.
Then now VAT,
It will be 180,000.
15% of the same 1.2. And that gives us what?
180,000.
180,000. Okay, so if you look at the whole thing, how much is this? 60 plus 180,
It's 240.
240,000, right? Which are equivalent to the taxes. So if you
Yeah.
want to prove our inclusive is equal to what? Our
Exclusive
exclusive
plus
plus the taxes.
taxes.
Let's prove and see. Our
Uh,
exclusive was what? 1.2.
1.2
and
plus
then inclusive
240.
240,000, right? So at the end of the day, this simply gives us back our 1,440,000. You see how the equation works magic?
Yes, sir.
All right. Very easy, right? Now, assuming you didn't want to go here, you just wanted to use the equation to work everything, it's still possible. So let's see. If I wanted to get n hill, I can say that, okay, if our what? Inclusive,
Okay.
which was how much? Which was equivalent to what? 1,440,000
440.
was equivalent to what? 120%, right?
20%.
Then 2.5% will be what? Do you get it? Give me a
Yeah.
find n hill. I don't know the Ghana CD equivalent. So therefore, 2.5 will be up, right? So that means my n hill should simply be what? 2.5 out of what? The 120 times
Yes,
140,000.
yes, 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 yes.
Straightforward. I'll still come and get my 30,000.
Mm.
You can do the same for VAT,
Mm.
right? So VAT will now be what? 15 out of what? The 120
120
times the
times
1,440,000. And what do you get? You still get what? The
180,000.
180,000. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Very easy. I hope we learned something.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, I want to talk about withholding VAT briefly. Now, the Commissioner General allows some agents to be VAT withholding agents. Why VAT withholding? Sometimes we realize that the VAT that people collect, they don't pay to the authority, okay? Or some people don't pay the VAT at all. So what?
Will,
Yes, please.
please can I see the earlier page or computed first?
Which one? This one?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So you
Thank
see, you
you.
can either, the trick here is always get the exclusive. What did I say?
Exclusive.
Get the
Yes,
exclusive.
get the
Yes, so
exclusive.
always get the exclusive. So when you get the exclusive, it makes it easier. Why? Because once I get the exclusive, I don't need to work plenty. I just get it. That becomes 100%, right? Then I work everything on it straight. Do you get the trick? So if you always know how to get the exclusive, you don't have to struggle because you already have the exclusive amount. Then everything builds up on the exclusive amount.
Boss Bill, please a question. Please, can you go over how to get the exclusive amount again for me? I beg you.
I am giving you the equation. It's not how to get it. Follow the equation. So I said,
Okay.
always put this down. Inclusive is equal to exclusive plus the taxes. Exclusive
Okay.
is always your 100%. The taxes are the 2.5, 2.5, and 50, making 20. So if you
Okay.
have been given this one, 120, are you getting it? And you now want to find the 100, it's just equating it that, okay, if they gave me 1,440, are you getting it? And the inclusive, that is equivalent to the inclusive, then the 100 will be what? If less, more divide. Or so 100 over 120 times this gives you the exclusive, which is 100%. That's what we are finding. That's all.
Okay.
I hope this is clear. And you can use it to
Yes.
find everything, not just the exclusive. If I want N hill, it will be 2.5 out of the 120 times the figure that has been given, 1,440. If I want
Okay.
VAT, 15 out of the 120 times the 1,440. Okay,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
so my
Thank you.
trick is that always get the exclusive value, then you build up from there. It's easier because if I find 100, everything is on the 100. Or is that not so? If I find 100, is everything not on the 100? Everything is on the 100.
It's on the
So
100.
it makes everything easier. Please, do you all get me?
Yes, please.
Good, good. Any question? Or we can keep moving. I'll be building you up small, small. Any question? Yes, please. Any question? Oh, BI, okay.
Boss Bill,
Yes, boss.
let me come in here. So at times we focus on just one thing, and then once they twist it a bit, then we get confused. So instead of the inclusive amount being given, instead of the 1,440,000 being given, you go to the exam room and you are given maybe the get fund of 30,000. Then students get confused. They are stuck. Meanwhile, we can use the same equation to derive
Yes.
each of the
You
variables.
can use it to get everything.
So please, let's take note. It's not always the case that you'll be given the inclusive amount. So when you are given the the end hill or get fund or any of the variables, you can still find your way through, get the exclusive, and then you start building from there. So please take note. Thank you, Boss Bill.
You're welcome, Uncle Johnson. Please, I hope that is clear. So before we continue with withholding taxes, this is the example I wanted us to use, right? Mr. Tamaklu, okay, a sole proprietor, are you getting it? Pending an audit, are you getting it? Lost all his records, right? Yeah, Ernest, you understand? All his records during a fire outbreak.
Prof.
Yes,
Yes,
boss.
good morning. So what happened to the input VAT?
I'll
I
come
think
there later. Now we are building it small.
Okay.
I will teach you everything. I will not leave even a single aspect. Even invoicing in VAT, I'll teach you. So don't worry. Everything,
Thank you.
including customs and excise. So you just enjoy the ride. Your pizza is on fire. So relax. I'll be with you. All right. I'm building you from class 1, okay? So we'll get to it.
Thank you.
Yes. So his records were destroyed during a fire outbreak, right? And the only info we could, are you getting it? We could recover was total taxes, are you getting it? Which is VAT and levies. Receipt, are you getting it? That he received from GRA, because the fire burnt everything, but the receipt on GRA can be found on the portal. True or false? True or false?
True.
So we found this on his portal. So those doing tax audit, you can get something like this, right? So he lost everything, and on his portal, we realized that the total taxes he has paid to GRA, that's the VAT and the levies, was 125,500. Okay, so this is what we found, and they are telling you that based on this, are you getting it? Based on this, we also, I'm coming. Okay. So he had also paid withholding taxes, I get it, on his consultancy services. Okay. So let's say he's a consultant. Okay. Then they are asking us that based on this, we should find one, the VAT payable, NHIL payable, get fund payable, I getting it. And then possibly, which one again? The withholding tax payable, right? And then the gross amount, right? The VAT exclusive amount, the amount without any VAT amount, right? Total sales made during the period, I get it, and tax payable, I get it, if his inputs constitutes, no, I don't want to use input. If he makes, or if his profit margin, if his profit margin is 20% and is only expenses are rent, 30,000 cedis, and stationery, because it's a consultant, right? And stationery. Stationery, how much should I even give? Yes, stationery consultant, you better stationery, and yes, sir. And stationery 5,000, then maybe prepaid, utilities and internet. Utilities and internet. How much should I give utilities and internet? Oh, suggest any figure.
2,000.
1,000.
Hey, nipa no ka 1,000, it's me and you.
2005.
Nipa no ka 1,000, it's me and you.
Yeah.
Please, let's continue.
Oh.
We'll understand later. All right. So now look, this guy, simply we are saying incomplete record, right? He has lost everything. And the only thing we could get was what? Receipt from his portal, right? So this is what GRE actually does, if most of you don't know. So if everything is lost and the only thing we could get was a receipt from what? Your portal. It means that we can build something up. Do you all agree? So what do
Yes.
we do then? We just start that, okay, whatever we had was an indirect tax record. But then they have also asked us to get direct taxes, right? And get taxes that he has to pay. So what do? We just put what? Do you want to take a shot of the question?
Yes, please.
Oh, Mr. Tamaklo, you're on the call, and please, this is not you. It's another player.
Please, is utilities and what?
Utilities and internet. 25. So we are finding his taxes payable, all the taxes this guy has to pay. Please, are we there now? Can we move?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now, how much tax did he pay? So what's the first thing we put down? The equation, which says what? Always our inclusive should be equal to what?
100%.
Our exclusive
Plus taxes.
Exclusive plus taxes.
taxes. Please never forget this equation. Oh. This is your lifesaver. No
Okay.
matter how complex the question is, this is your lifesaver. This is all about VAT. So at the end of VAT can one and count. That's all. You understand? So now we know that always the exclusive is 100%, excluding. So everything as a whole is 100 or 1. Tax that's 100. Then all the taxes and the levies, which was what?
20%.
2.5.
Okay.
2.5. I like to break it down. And 15, right? Making what? 20.
20.
Simply, you are saying that this one will give us what? 120%. Okay. But when you look at it carefully, per the question, the only thing they gave us was what?
Taxes.
The taxes, which is all this, right? For how much?
Yeah.
125,500. Do you get it? So they are telling us that all the taxes combined, which is equivalent to what percentage? All the taxes combined is what?
20%.
20%. Thank you. So you are telling us that 20% now wait here as 125,500. So if we have this, can we find any missing figure? Yes, we can. And what was the trick? Find the exclusive. Once you find the exclusive, you can get everything else. Simple trick. Or you can use this to work anything. Do you understand?
Yes.
So another question can tell you they paid only N hill. That means that out of the whole equation, it's only 2.5 you have. So say if 2.5 is equal to this, the rest will be hot. That's all. Did it make sense?
Yes.
I hope it's not difficult.
It's fine, sir.
All right. So in that case, let's say if 20% is this, then the 100 will be what? It will be more, right? So in that case, that means the amount without any tax should be what? 100 out of what? The 20 times 125,000 what? 500. And that gives us what? The exclusive amount.
125.
That's 627.
627,500.
Yeah, so we have 627,500. Okay.
Yes.
The sales this guy made for the period, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so now that we have the sales, we can easily get this N hill now. No be so. So
Yeah.
N hill, everybody saying that's 2.5% of what? The 627,500. No be so.
Yes,
Net
please.
fund will still be the same thing, same 2.5% of the 627,500. VAT, 15% of the same 627 what? 500. And how much do we get? How much do we get? $15,687.5, right? This are we on point? Are we on point?
Yes, sir.
So if you add all this up, you should get the total of the 125,500 we paid. So you see, we've worked it out. Good. So now that we've worked this out, we have gotten all the taxes he paid. We also need the exclusive value. So definitely we can get what? The inclusive value as well. True or false? Because exclusive plus all the taxes should give us inclusive. That means that the invoice amounts on all this means the inclusive amount, which is the invoice amount, would have been what? Adding this, are you getting it? All this to that, or simply taking what? 627,500 and adding 20% to it, meaning multiplying by 1.2 is the same as adding all this to the 627,500. So if I take my 627,500 and multiply by 1.2, I should get 753,000. Are we there? So this is a total inclusive value. Okay, so we've seen everything else. Good. Good. Now, this is literally what? The indirect taxes portion. But we are not done. There are still some input taxes we need to compute. But first, what do we need? Let's come to income taxes. Now we know sales. His sales was how much? 627 what? 500. Was it dealing in goods or services? Was it dealing in goods or services?
It's a consultant.
Consultancy services. So
Yes.
we would have withheld tax. So always withholding, not withholding VAT, withholding tax is on your sales. It's a direct tax. But however, in indirect taxes, they can still ask you because you, even though you are doing indirect taxes, you have to have knowledge about income taxes. So that means he would have charged 7.5% on this, right? The person who pay him this money would have taken 7.5% of this figure. You get it before paying him. But then we include the full amount in our revenue because we've already paid this tax. You can take a credit for it. Now, this is his sales. We know that. But they said what? He makes profit of how much? 20% on all
50%.
sales, right?
Yes.
So if you make profit of 20% on all his sales, that means his what? Cost of sales will be what percentage?
120.
120. No,
No.
50%.
Your sales is always 100%.
Yes.
You make profit of 20% on all your sales. That means your cost of sales is what percentage?
80.
80%.
It's 80. Because if you make sales of this and you take out that 80, you should get the net, which is what? Because cost plus profit equals sales, right?
Yes. Yeah.
If sales is what? They said it's on sales. That means sales is what? 100. So if this is 20, it means this is 80. Okay? Do you get the idea? So you see, we are building up from incomplete records. So in that case, that means that my cost of sales, which here we assume this guy has no inventory. So this is definitely what? If I brought you closing and opening inventory, yes, that will spice up this question. I like that. So he had closing inventory. I get in closing inventory, which the auditors counted. Okay, so let's say he had closing inventory, which auditors counted of 12,000 Ghana cedis, right? And opening inventory from stock sheets. I'm getting it of, let's say, 10,000 cedis. Do you get the idea? So now, since we know that sales minus cost of sales gives us what? Our gross profit. True or false? True or false?
True, sir.
Okay, sales minus cost of sales gives us gross profit. And we know that what? Our gross profit is what? What percentage? How much profit does it make? They say it makes profit of how much on sales?
20%.
20%. That means whatever your sales is, you make profit of 20% on it. So 20% on this 627,500 will give us what?
627. 500 times.
Your calculations must be very fast. 125.
125, 500.
Okay, 125, 500. Very funny. Then 125, 500, which was the taxes he paid, is still the same as his gross profit. That means subtracting this minus this must give us the cost of sales. True or false? Which is the 80%.
True.
So
Yeah.
our cost of sales becomes how much?
502,000. 502,000.
502,000.
Yes.
Okay. Now this 502,000 we know is the sum of what? Our opening stock plus what? Plus our purchases
Yes.
minus what? Our closing what? Stock. Not be so.
Yes.
We know opening stock per the question that they say opening stock from a stock sheet was what? 10,000.
10,000.
We know his closing stock from what?
12,000.
The audit. 12,000. The only thing that is missing is this guy, which is a spreadsheet for which we are going to use to get the indirect, the input VAT. Asemo. See, I'm doing an actual audit for you to see how these things work. Do you understand? So,
yes, boss.
Yes, please.
Please, I think they mentioned margin, 20% margin, and margin will be calculated on this thing, sales.
On the sales. Prof, I also
So
had
what
the
did
same
we
issue.
do? Margin. It's on sales. So margin is 20% on sales. 20% of 627,500 is what? 125,500. I never said markup. I said margin. Margin is on the sales, and that's exactly what I have done. Is that wrong?
Thank you, sir.
Is that wrong?
Oh no.
Prof,
No.
hello, Prof.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Prof. I was thinking the equation should have been, the sales should have been equated to 120 because it's making a profit.
If it is 120, it's a markup.
It's markup.
Yes.
120 is markup. So that one is a percentage
Cost plus
of the
profits.
should give you selling price. If it's markup, cost is 100%. So you are saying 100 plus the profit of 20. So selling price should be 120. This is not what we are doing.
You are right, sir.
Sales is 100. Margin. What you saying? What you 20? Aka 80. Margin. G20 nanka 80. That's your cost. This, what you are thinking is markup. Please get the difference.
Okay.
Good. I hope it makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So in that case, if 542,000 was what? This 10,000 plus some amount minus 12,000, then working back will give us this figure, right? If you like, you can work it down. So you are literally saying that, okay, so I know that my cost of sales is what? Opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock.
Yeah.
So in that case, since cost of sales is 502,000 and opening stock was what? 10,000. Purchases we don't know, but we know closing stock is 12,000, right? We can work it out. So that means our purchases becomes 502,000 plus what? 12,000 minus what? 10,000, and that gives us what? 502,000 plus 12,000 minus 10,000. It gives us how much? 504,000 as our purchases. True or false? 504. No, be so. So this one, the difference is 2,000. So we've gotten our purchases to be 504,000. No, be so. So simply, I can say that now I know my input taxes. True or false? So input tax is what? My taxes on purchases, right? So straightforward, I'll just do 20%, which includes the VAT levies and the rest on my purchases, which was what? 20% of my 504,000. And my input tax will be my VAT on purchases, right? So you see how stressful we have gone through just to get a VAT on purchase. That's 100, 800. Okay, so we have gotten our input tax, but we are not done. No? We are building this entire tax system. So Mr. Tamaklo had incomplete record. So now we've gotten a sales, cost of sales. Let's build this income statement for tax purposes. So his income statement. Question maybe one more.
Yeah.
No, please, can you move
Oh,
up so I will look
I'm
at something?
coming. So we need a chargeable income. Yes. What are you looking at?
Okay. No, move up. Move. Has better possible. Okay.
Are we okay?
I was just trying to analyze the. Yes, sir. I'm okay.
So income taxes, we need his income statement. Now we know his sales was how much? 627,500, right? Then we less his cost of sales, which we knew was 80%. And that was
504,000.
No, the 504 is purchases.
Purchases.
The cost of sales was 502.
502, yeah.
Was it not 502? Let's go and check. Cost of sales, 502, yes. So gross profits will give us what? His gross profit was what?
627,500.
125,500. Or simply the gross profit, we knew it was what? 20% of sales. Oh?
Yeah.
Good. Then now we less what? Operating expenses, right?
Yeah.
Yes, operating expenses. He didn't have any disallowable expense, but he had what?
Stationary and those things.
He had rent. Rent, is it allowable deduction? Yes.
Yes.
Rent for your business is allowable deduction. How much rent was this guy paying? He was paying rent of, what is the question? Rent of 30,000, stationary 5,000.
Yes.
So this guy was paying rent of what? 30,000. He was paying stationery of 5,000. And then what? Utilities and internet of 2.5. Not be so?
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, what do we have? This gives us what? 37,500. No be so? I take it out. That means a chargeable income becomes what? You see, he's an individual. So assuming he was married with children and those things, we'll say this is accessible income. Then now we are going to take out his reliefs like child education, but we are not concerned here. We are doing direct taxes. So just simple. So we take our 125,000 minus our 37,500. That means his chargeable income should be 87,500. Because it's an individual, we will have to use the graduated rate to get his tax. Okay, we are not concerned about that, but you get the whole idea. So if you put it into the graduated rate, you get his tax, which personal income tax, which he has to pay to GRA. So let's just assume that if I use the graduated rate, I would have gotten a tax of, let me use the graduated rate here fast. So when I use the graduated rate, his total tax was 18,207.5. I'm done. Okay. So now there's the tax he has to pay, right? But he's not done. You see that this guy in his business, what has happened? Rent. He's paying rent to a landlord. Rent is subject to withholding tax.
Yes.
Withholding tax at what?
15%.
Thank you, because it's commercial. He's using it for business. So that means that he should have withheld 15% and paid to the GRA. He didn't do it. Stationary goods. He should have withheld withholding tax at what? 3% and paid to GRA, but he didn't do it. You see the way the question is? Yes, please.
The chargeable income is 88,000. It's 125,500 minus 27,500.
Oh, okay. But you get the idea.
Yes, please.
It's just the idea, so don't worry about the figure. So in that case, that means that now these withholding taxes have not also been computed, right? So other taxes, other taxes payable which have not been computed, we know that he is going to pay what? Rent tax payable. He has to pay rent tax, okay, of how much? Rent tax would have been what? 15% on what? 30,000, which he has to pay to GRA. He hasn't paid yet. 2.15 times 30,000. That's 45.
1,500.
Then we have,
Hello, boss.
yes,
Hello,
please.
boss. If it's an individual, that he cannot withhold tax on the
He
stationery.
can. He's in business.
Oh, it's a business.
Individuals who cannot withhold are those who are not in business.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I hope that makes sense.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, stationery.
Hello, Prof.
Yes, please.
So the question you gave us, Engineer Ajete,
Yeah.
before he came into business, he paid some consulting fee for the land he was selling.
Yeah.
So in that case, do we have to compute the withholding taxes? Because that time he wasn't yet.
Yes, even though he was an individual, he wasn't in business.
Yes.
So you can't.
Okay.
So 3% on the 5,000, right? And that's 1,005. Oh, hey, 150. No visual. So these are the other taxes. So now, if I want my net VAT payable that he has to pay to government, right? So what's his net VAT payable? We have to take his what? Total output taxes minus the input taxes. So what's his output VAT or output taxes? You know that the total output tax he paid to GRA was what? 125,500, or per the question. Then now we are going to less the deductible input tax, which we had as the VAT on purchases. And the VAT on purchases was 100, 800. No be so. So we just deduct the 100, 800, and then that gives us the net tax payable to GRA. So that's 125,500 minus 100, 800. So that's 24,700 net to pay to GRA. So you see, one man from just one single figure of 125,500, we have been able to get all his direct and indirect taxes just from 125,500.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's 2 CD, we can build everything up. Question answered. Can we move? Any question?
Yes.
Who has any
No,
question?
Prof,
Hello, Prof.
Yes, please.
Prof,
Yes.
scroll down. Yeah, that part, the net VAT payable.
Okay, sure.
And then, Prof, it looks as if you are rushing.
We'll
Okay,
solve plenty questions, so don't worry.
if somebody is following this for the first time, it will be difficult for the person to assimilate whatever that you are teaching. So I think you have to be methodical, slow down, and
I
then.
hear you. I hear you, sir. So I'll slow down. We'll solve more and more of these questions. So that's why so that we can solve as many questions. As we do more, you get used to it. Right. But don't worry, I'll slow down for you. Your wish is my command.
Prof.
Yes, please.
Yes. So assuming I'm selling and a
Okay.
person says he or she doesn't want VAT, should I still have to charge VAT and go and pay it myself?
Yes. The VAT is not yours, it's for government. So this is the whole mechanism. So the thing is that you are doing your selling, right? But a buying say Jisikabi, Emano, and also your portion. So even if your customer does not want you to charge the VAT, you have to tell the customer that the VAT is not for you, it's for government. So even if he won't pay you your money now, he should pay government VAT. Otherwise, the liability is on you. Do you get it? I see a lot of businesses do that. They create the impression that, okay, there are so many people bidding for the contract, right? One of my clients, there were so many people bidding for the contract. And because he wanted to win the contract, he said he will not add VAT. But because GRA doesn't care. So you write to GRA about the nature of your business. So with that business I was working with, what happened was that it was at the MPS, right, at the harbor. So they actually send to their head office. It takes time. So the invoices are actually 60 days, but sometimes a bit me the 120 days and buy. But looking at that thing that is happening, GRA cannot wait until that 120 days. Do you get it? You have to file the VAT. So one thing that you have to do if you want to save yourself is to tell the client, say, oh, they won't you have VAT, because it's not for you. Do you understand? It's government. It's like every business you run in Ghana, you run it with government. Government's portion is the VAT, which has nothing to do with your business at all. Even though it's added to the sales value, it has a separate account. I hope that is clear. So never ever. If anybody says anything, tell him, sir, I know they are buying there. I can't charge you without VAT. If you lose the client, then write a letter to GRA explaining the circumstances, and then they'll spread the VAT for you. I've seen it being done before. Stephen, please, you can continue.
Okay, so I was saying that now you are in a competition.
Okay.
Others are maneuvering their ways to make profits out of that. And then we are adding the VAT. So if I force them to pay the VAT, they will leave and go to the other competitors. Now, what I've seen is that the other competitors, because they are not charging VAT, they will tell you to bring the cash. Do not put it in the account. I don't know the strategy they want to use, but they will never allow you to send it to bank. And then, so at the end of the day, the customers will go to them for not charging VAT.
So what they are doing is tax evasion. They will catch them soon. Right now, they haven't caught them. It looks interesting, but they will catch them soon. The best thing would have been to write a favorable agreement with GRA. Okay, so let GRA know the nature of your operation. They can spread the VAT for you. I've seen it being done. Or you bear the VAT cost. So you give the customer the actual price, but within that price, no, we'll bear VAT. No? So if I'm charging you 5,000 and the VAT is what? The VAT on the 5,000 should have been 2,000. I'll still give you 5,000. But maybe 2,000, then I only take that 3,000. That is another option, which is the best if you don't want to write to GRA. But writing to GRA, remember, people always forget that, you see, no matter how you are doing law, it is people you are going to deal with. People think tax is all about the law, but the law is just 10% of taxes. The rest are all relationships. The rest are all relationships. So you can have somebody who will not even pay VAT for the rest of his life because he has built better relationship with the authority. So I always tell people that the best tax planning is actually compliance. If you are very compliant, GRA always accepts you with open arms. I have people who are subject to audit, and they have to pay over 20 million Ghana cedis. As of now, they haven't paid yet. GRA has put them on the plan. They know this guy is so compliant that he is going to pay. To the extent that some people even apply to the Minister of Finance, it even goes to Parliament, and they even revoke all the taxes he or she has to pay. People don't look at that aspect. They only look at the smaller sides of tax planning. But you can be so compliant that you don't even need to plan taxes anymore. That's a long-term tax planning. We call it tax management. All right. So that's just by the way. Tax goes deep. The things you are learning in class is just the surface. Some of the things we don't teach in class, but you get the whole idea.
Well, please move up so that we can be looking at it whilst you are educating us more.
Where do you want to?
No.
Where?
We can be assimilating.
Where here?
Neil.
It's
Yes,
okay.
Prof.
It's okay.
Hello, Prof.
Yes, boss.
Thank you for giving good advice to your clients, okay?
Yes, they always do the right thing, though.
What GRA is interested in is compliance.
Of course. So the best tax planning is actually the compliance, because no matter the tax planning you do, when you refund that GRA best have audit, they'll give you a different liability. You have to object again, and that objection will still go to court. And it comes court, they be on faka. Fuel. Get all these costs. The consultant you hired sometimes even takes more than the tax you are paying. So why not just pay the tax and be free? People don't look at the long-term side. They only think about the 1 year, that 3 months planning. But they don't know that the consultants have also factored you inside their plan. even though I'm a consultant, my job is that you do the right thing so that the long term you benefit.
Mm.
Oh, I've
Okay.
seen GRA give awards to some people. Do you know that? GRA has awarded some
Yes.
people a lot of times for being compliant. And you having some of these awards, you can submit it to the Minister of Finance and they can consider you even exemption, or Parliament can waive off your taxes. One guy came here to establish 3 factories for cotton and rubber. But the rubber, it was very expensive for him. So he went just into the cotton. He was employing Ghanaians. When GRA gave him award, he submitted it to the Minister of Finance. Parliament deliberated on it and they exempted him, because the work government is supposed to do, he's doing that corporate social responsibility. So he doesn't pay income taxes at all. He's running his business freely, a young entrepreneur. And you see, but there's the long-term aspect of it. People want quick short-termism. That's one aspect. Okay, please, let's continue with the journey. Asana, are you okay now?
Yes,
So,
sir.
Prof,
Yes,
yes,
please.
okay. So when it comes to the input and output,
Yeah.
the output, do you add all the taxes, including the
Yes, the
get
levy.
fund and the rest?
Yes. Before at 1151, we separated them because the levies were not claimable as input. But now, both levies, VAT, and everything can be claimable. Just like those times, VAT used to be 17.5 together with the N-Hill. You see that even though N-Hill was 2.5 and VAT was 15, we put them together at 17.5 because both were claimable. Do you know that 17.5 that you used to see, right? You remember VAT used to be 17.5 somewhere. 2017, you used to see those things, those who have been in the system, right? But you see that this 17.5 actually had get fund as part of VAT, being 2.5. VAT itself was 12.5. And then COVID was also, N-Hill was 2.5. So this one made up the 17.5 that we were seeing. But
Okay.
now, it is now 20% because they've increased VAT plus another 2.5.
Okay.
Make
So
it
when it comes
now
to
15.
okay.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So when it comes to the output,
Yeah.
also do you add the other taxes like the national insurance and other taxes before?
You said, do you add
Yes.
which one?
So when it comes to output,
Yeah.
do you use all the output for VAT?
Yes. So far as you see the word output taxes and input taxes, it only relates to VAT.
Okay, but when it comes to the input, you add the other taxes, right?
Those ones are also, so output is VAT plus the levies. Input is also VAT plus the levies, but on your purchases. No other taxes included. This one, we're only looking at VAT related items. Okay, VAT and its related levies. No other taxes added. Ernest, are you okay?
Yes,
All
that's
right.
fine.
So we can't include the other taxes that we did, like the withholdings and those things. No, it's only VAT. Any questions so far? Or Obia, you're okay? Can we move to the next level? Can we move to the next level?
Yes.
Now, all I'm trying to say is that what's your biggest thing you need? The equation. And it says what? Always take what? Your inclusive value and say that inclusive is always equal to what? Exclusive plus what? All the taxes you have to pay, right? And the taxes, we know it includes what? The VAT and all what? The levies. I hope that is clear. Okay, so this is it. Now,